So what we'll do is starting off, just going to get through some full body stretches to get the body moving. Let me actually make sure I'm in the camera. There we go. So facing forward, push the knees up wide, squat down nice and low, and then stretch up nice and high. So nice long full range of movement. Get nice and low on the way down. Really stretching up at the top. Work your way through those. Anyone does join late, what we'll do is we'll just catch them up as we go. So we won't have to restart anything or anything like that. And relax off there. Next one, when you lunge in, dip nice and low, twist over your forward knee, and just alternate the leg you're stepping into. Just swapping each side as you go, working through those. Stepping in, dip nice and low, make sure you twist the chest all the way across, don't just look over your shoulder, taking that whole upper body round to look over whichever way you're twisting. And then even out on those. Next one, I'll show you from the sides, it's a little bit easier. I want you to put both feet about hip width apart, toes forward, little bend in the knee. What you're looking at doing is folding over, rolling the back down, all the way to your toes, and then stand up into a Y shape. You want to get as much movement through the spine as you can with this one, getting nice and low, really get an arch in there, to get some movement through the back. Then stand up into that Y shape. Keep these nice and slow, don't want to rush these. If your head dropping below your waist and then above, standing up, bending over, it will give you a horrible head rush feeling if you do these too quick. So keep them nice and controlled. Don't need to go super quick with the tempo on these. And last one's on those. And relax off there. Next up, we're going to go arms out straight, palms down. You just draw those hands back level with the body, turn your palms up, and then let them come back to the front, alternating which hand's on top as you go, working through those. Keeping those going. The last one of the warm-up stretches we'll go through before we move on to the mats. We will be doing glute activation, but what we're going to do is we're doing it for a slightly longer time than normal, so it's almost going to be a mini glute workout at the start. So it's not just going to activate the glutes, it should burn them out a little bit as well. And relax off there. So, starting off on the mats, two ways you can do the first movement. We're going to be going for glute bridges. You've got your regular version, where you're going to be sitting almost like you're going to go for a sit-up. You're going to press through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. If not, what you can do, pop pop your hands back, scooch a bit further back on your mat, and press all the way up into that raised bridge position. Both of them have the same rules though. If in this position you're feeling your lower back a lot, bring your feet closer. If from that position you're feeling your calf muscles a lot, take your feet further away. So get yourself set, whichever one you're going to go for. Go for your regular version or the advanced version, whichever you prefer, and we'll go into those in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just want a slow and controlled tempo with these, not rushing them at all. Slow and controlled reps. Really focusing on that squeeze at the top. Keeping those going. All of that focus going through the heels and squeezing those glutes as much as you can at the top. That's your focus. Final 15 seconds on these. And relax off there. What we're going to do for the next one, I want you to bring one leg in line with the spine, pop the other one over the top to isolate the foot that's still down. And with this one, make sure you're going with that base movement. Don't try and do the advanced version with these, as it will just be too much strain on the lower back. So focus on just pressing through that one heel now, squeezing the glutes at the top. If you start to struggle, what you can do, pop your hands on your hips, elbows on the floor, and always push through your hands for a little bit of extra help on the way up. Just focus on getting that big squeeze at the top every rep. So really squeeze that glute. That's the only thing we've got to focus on with these, squeezing the glutes at the top each time. Got about 30 seconds left. Just focus on keeping that same tempo all the way. All the focus going into squeezing that glute at the top. And I'm going to be swapping sides in about 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and we go. Pressing through that heel, squeeze the glute at the top, control your way down. Exact same on the other side now. Just keeping that control. If you do find this leg a little bit weaker, remember you can pop those hands to the side of your hips, pressing up through those as well to help. Whatever you need to do to get through the reps. Just over 30 seconds to go. I'm going to relax off from those in 3, 2, 1. For this next one, we're going to go into a side lying position, hips stacked, knees stacked, feet stacked. Imagine having a 90-degree angle at the back of your knee. Just use your hands to keep yourself braced. Your upper body doesn't have to do any work here. What you're looking at doing is keeping your heels as close together as you can. Take your knees as wide apart as you can. So lifting all the way up and out to the side, nice and controlled. Heels don't have to stay touching, just try and keep them near each other. Did start the timer a little bit late on this one, so we'll reduce the time we're going for a little bit. And 10 seconds left. I'm going to swap sides to the exact same on the other side. In 3, 2, 1. Swapping over, quick change. Same position on the other side, same movement, taking those knees as wide apart as you can. Trying to keep the whole upper body nice and stationary, nice and relaxed. Keeping that 90-degree angle in the back of the knee. Imagine lifting up and then out. Ten seconds left. Going to be changing positions again now in 3, 2, 1. You're going to want to be on all fours to start. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, pick a starting leg. And what you're going to do is draw that knee through to the chest. Kick straight up towards the ceiling. So don't try and straighten your leg. It's going to keep a natural bend in it the whole way through. Just work through there. Pressing that foot straight up for the ceiling. Focus on the heel leading the way. And again, try and keep that upper body nice and relaxed. Again, very late on the timer, so we will go for a much shorter time than we're meant to. Keep that movement going. And I'm going to swap sides in 10 seconds. Exact same movement off the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Same movement, drawing it through to the chest, driving that heel up towards the ceiling. Ten seconds left. I'm going to have you relax off in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Last movement we're going to go through, line all the way down to the floor. Most important part of this is turn your toes out, keep your heels pointed in, keep the whole body relaxed. All I want you to do is take a long, slow breath out, squeeze the glutes as hard as you can, pushing the hips into the floor. That should gently draw your feet and or knees off the ground. Hold that squeeze for as long as you can, and then relax. Deep breath in, big breath out, do the same. So don't worry about how high your legs go off the floor, that's not important. The main focus is emptying those lungs, holding the squeeze for as long as you can, and then relaxing down. Keeping those going. Just over 20 seconds left. And last few reps, going to relax off completely in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back, get your recovery, shake the legs off a little bit, get some movement through the lower body. And we will be moving on to the main leg workout next. Should be all right with no weight added in for these, but if you do want to add any weight, that's fine. Feel free to do so. Pardon me. Feel free to do so if you've got a kettlebell or a bar there with you. So, first movement is going to be regular squats. So, to get yourselves ready, going to pick the bar up with a deadlift, tip the chest forward, pull the hips back, pull up into one clean, and then press above your head, find the top of your back, bottom of your neck, muscly part, not the bony part. What we're doing is we're just starting with regular squats. So for these, push the knees out to the side, drop down, press up through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. Going to be going into those in 3, 2, 1, and you go. So working through those, being nice and low every rep. Squeezing those glutes at the top, pressing through the heels. All that glute work we just did, now's your time to really focus on those glutes. Should already be a little bit sore, so it should be easy to feel them working. 15 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1. We're going into split squats. So pick your starting foot, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. You dip straight down, press straight up. So never quite locking out that front leg. You're just controlling the way down, driving up. Control the way down, drive up. Keep that going. Keep that tempo. You don't want these to be super quick. You want them to be controlled. If you're really struggling with your balance, you've probably not got enough distance between your feet. So take a slightly longer step so you've got more surface area underneath yourself. Final 15 seconds. Going to be swapping sides after this. In 3, 2, 1. Exact same on the other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Dipping straight down, pressing straight up. Keeping that going. .30 seconds to go. Keep that tempo. Don't want to be rushing these. Actually going to want you to get rid of any added weight that you're using after this next one. So going to get rid of your bar in 3, 2, 1. Big press from the arms and legs to the top of your chest. Drop to your waist, deadlift it down. Roll it away so you've got a bit of room. I'll show you these next ones side on. They're called frog squats. What you want to do is squat down, stand up as an RDL, squat back down, stand up. So it's drop down into your squat, straighten your legs, keeping the chest down, drop back to the squat, stand up. You know you're doing this right if after the squat and straighten your legs, you feel your hamstrings scream at you. Drop back in, drive up, squeeze the glutes. So you're squatting down, press those legs straight, pushing the hips up, keeping the chest low, drop back to the bottom of your squat, and then stand up. Still focus on squeezing those glutes at the top of every rep. You've got 15 seconds to go. I'm going to relax it off in 3, 2, 1. It's walkouts up next. So legs as straight as you can handle. Walk it out. into a long plank, walking all the way in. Really try and test the flexibility of the hamstrings on the way down and on the way up. So don't switch off on the way up, keep the focus, working through those. Got just over 15 seconds left. Next one's going to be another squat variation known as a sissy squat. This one I recommend having a wall or just anything to help you with balance nearby. And we're going to be going into those in 3, 2, 1. So with something to support yourself, you're going to want to take your heels off the floor, drop down into a squat, hips down to the heels, stand up onto flat feet. It's coming down, heels off the floor, hips down to the heels, stand up, flat-footed finish. Keep those going. Using these to burn out the quads, because what we are going to finish on is going to be a squat hold or a wall sit, depending on where you're training. And we're going to do that with just the body weight. I'm going to get you ready for that. In 3, 2, 1. Set the feet, drop down to the bottom of your squat and hold there. Time is going. Going to look to be here for 30 seconds, and then you're going to get a short rest break before we go through that round one more time. 10 seconds gone. 20 seconds out the way, you've got 10 seconds left for that hold. And in 3, 2, 1, relax off there, shake the legs off, get a bit of movement through the body, get a bit of life back in them. And we're just going to let you recover. So that's the first round out of the way. If you are using weights, you can adjust them now, add some extra, take some off, whichever you want to do. If you need to make that circuit a bit more difficult, or if you want to start a little bit easier. But we are going to be doing the same exercises, same order, same routine in about 30 seconds time. So get those bars ready if you're using them. One quick clean, one press, top of your back, bottom of your neck, muscly part, not the bony part. And go into regular squats in 3, 2, 1. And we go. Dropping down nice and low, drive up through the heels, squeeze at the top. Keep the effort the whole way. It's not always about going super quick, which means you're at high intensity. Sometimes it's keeping all that control on the way down and really squeezing into those glutes at the top. Just got halfway through these. Second and final time you're going to have to worry about your squats today. And in 10 seconds, we're going to go into split squats. Try and make sure you start on the same leg at the front as you did last time. In 3, 2, 1. Getting your position in, dipping straight down, pressing straight up. Nice and controlled, nice and focused. Keep those going. 20 seconds to go on this side, and we'll be swapping over. Remember, you're trying to dip straight down, straight up. So your hips, your knee, and the floor should all be in line at the bottom point. And in 3, 2, 1. Swapping that forward leg. Get your position in. Straight back in we go. Keeping that going. "20 seconds left. Keeping that movement going. And in 3, 2, 1. Let's get rid of that bar. Big press arms and legs down in the chest, down in the waist. Deadlift it down to the floor. And it's going to be those frog squats. So squatting down, straighten out the legs with the chest staying low. Drop back down, then drive up. Big squeeze in the glutes at the top. Working through those. Nice controlled tempo still. "15 seconds to go. Still squeezing those glutes every single rep at the top. We've got walkouts coming up next. And in 3, 2, 1. We're going into those walkouts. Legs as straight as you can on the way down. Walking out. Pause. Walk all the way in. Legs still as straight as you can handle. Up to standing. Make sure you go all the way up to standing. Don't start your next walkout before you finish the one before. We want to get that top point in there as well. Keep working through. Got just over 10 seconds left, and it's going to be that sissy squat variation again. Remember to use a wall or something, just anything for a bit of balance if needed. In 3, 2, 1. Up onto the toes, squat down, bottom to the heels, stand up, feet back flat. Really good way to burn into those quads without having to add loads of weight to them. Keeping those going. You're in your final 15 seconds. And then we are going to get into that squat hold. In 3, 2, 1. Relax off from there. Set the feet. Drop down into the bottom of that squat as soon as you're ready. Into that squat hold. And we're in. Time's going. 30 seconds for this hold. That is the leg work complete. And we'll just have some ab stuff to get through after that. Just over 10 seconds left. And you'll be relaxing off from those in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back. Let yourselves recover. Shake the legs off. Grab a drink. That is the lower body work out of the way, so you can let those legs relax, catch your breath and recover. We're going to move on to some ab work in about a minute, but we'll let you just catch your breath and get some recovery in first. Right, so for the ab work, what we'll do is we'll keep the same sort of idea, same sort of timings, but it will be a bit of a shorter circuit in total. And what we've got is we've got 2 exercises. First one being a side crunch variation. So what you're going to be looking to do from here is bring your elbow to the knee, and then your hand to your toe, elbow to your knee, hand to your toe. 30 seconds on one side, then we'll swap around, and we'll be going for 30 seconds on the other side, and we're then going to move into 30 seconds of V6. Try to keep your arms and legs just as straight as each other. Repeat it once more, and then jump into a plank to finish. So it's going to be those side crunches coming up first. Get your position in, and we'll be going into those in 3, 2, 1, and we go. Elbow to knee, hand to toe. Keeping those going. 10 seconds left before we swap over. In 3, 2, 1. Swap straight over. Exact same on the other side. Elbow to knee, hand to toe. Really focusing on working those obliques. Keep the effort up. Going to be moving on to those V-sits next. In 3, 2, 1. Onto those V-sits. Straight in, so lying flat, body as long as you can. Big breath out, reach for the toes. If you need to, put a little bend in the knee if your flexibility is a struggle. If not, keep those legs locked as straight as you can. Completely up to you. Both ways are going to really work the core. You've got 10 seconds left to go on these. Going to be going back to that side crunch variation next. In 3, 2, 1. Get the position in for that side crunch. And back in we go. Nice and quick on the transitions as much as you can. Ten seconds to swap sides. And in 3, 2, 1. Swapping over, quick transition, straight onto the other side, stacking the hips and feet, and straight in when you're there. 30 seconds. Keep it going, final 10. Going to be moving back to those V-sits next. In 3, 2, 1. Onto those V-sits again. So remember, legs as straight as you can handle. Time is going. Keep those going. 10 seconds to go, and then we're going to finish on that plank. Go forearm or long arm, it's up to you. In 3, 2, 1, relax off there. Get your position in for your plank, whether you want to go long arm or short arm, straight into those, and timer's going. Going to look for 1 minute in total. If you know you're going to really struggle with that, what I'll do is I'm going to give you a cue at 30 seconds. You can pop your knees down for a second, catch your breath, get a bit of recovery, and then join back in. If not, aim for the full minute. Really want the core burnt out. Trying to blitz it as much as we can. That's 20 seconds gone. And just gone past the halfway point. If you want to readjust, if you want to take a second, that's absolutely fine. If not, you've got about 30 seconds left for the plank. That's going to be all the core work done, all the work for the class done. Just have the cool down to get through. 15 seconds to go. Keep that hold as much as you can. Keep that core squeezed. Keep that breathing. And I'm going to have you relaxing off completely in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back. Shake off a little bit. Grab yourselves a drink. And in about a minute or so, we're going to stretch off. Let me just lob some bits out of the way. Make sure they're sanitized. Right. So catch your breath and we'll get ready to stretch off. So it is just maintenance stretching, so it's not actually going to improve any of your flexibility stuff, but it is going to keep all the muscles and joints we use throughout that class nice and healthy. Starting off, you want your legs as straight as you can handle, drop the hips back, let your head hang down, reaching for your toes. And big breath out. Reach for the ceiling, hips forward, work on your heels, taking a slight backwards bend. And relax off there. Quads. Keep your balance better than me. And swapping, same on the other side. Get the position in. Find your balance, hold in there. And relax off there, hug both your arms out, dip your head, arch off your back, push your shoulders away from yourself, draw your chest into your body. Then hug both your hands all the way around, hands on the bottom of your lower back, chest forward, shoulders back, trying to meet those elbows together behind your back. And relax off there. Next one, highly recommend you have something for balance. What you're going to do is pop your heel onto the opposite knee, sit down into a squat, and then you can always just hug that foot up towards yourself a little bit, push the knee down to the floor a little bit, trying to stretch off the glutes. And swap it. Same on the other side, get the position in, drop down into it, hugging the foot up, pushing the knee down slightly, keeping the balance as much as you can. And relax off there. Shoulders next, just draw a straight arm across your body. Look over the shoulder you're stretching if you need to for a deeper stretch. And swap over, same on the other side. And then finally, triceps. Hand on the back of the opposite shoulder, pushing your elbow to follow your wrist. And swapping, same with the other side. Holding there, gently breathing through. And relax off completely there.